Holy shit, that was a long ass intro. That song, I do like the song
It
or
gave
the
me
music.
some time to reflect on my life.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of old fashioned there, and I mean, it didn't remind me of any of the decades I was alive, but I
No,
I did enjoy it just from the nostalgia and everything there. Anyway, my brother, how are you this evening?
I am smashing. This has been a great evening of all kinds of technical difficulties, but they've all led us to here, and that's just as good as gold as far as I'm concerned.
We suck at the tech. I'm terrible at it. We are fucking just the fucking worst boomers in the
Yeah,
world.
I
Gen
spent
Xers, fucking.
I spent 30 years in the high tech field, sometimes on some really bleeding edge stuff, just so that I could retire and become completely useless at it. And I'm not quite retired yet either, but I'm fixing to, and already can't even get my fucking head out of my ass when it comes to doing stuff from a tech perspective. So yeah,
Well,
it's only going to get
that's
worse.
all right. You're in good company, all right? So it don't fucking matter. You know that son of a bitch, Uncle Jack, is going up against us. Starting
Like,
his
what a
shows
good guy,
early.
huh? What a great
Just
guy.
like fucking Quad Father was fucking saying the other day, that motherfucker will go up against me now. He used to have the nighttime shifts, and now the little motherfucker is trying to get up in here, and everybody's early evening right at dinner time. Does he not have
Yeah.
a fucking family?
Oh well. That's the way the cookie crumbles. We'll see. We'll see if we're friends after all this.
Yeah, I don't know. And how are you recuperating after last night's debacle, where you were actually it was pretty entertaining, but where you were viciously attacked
I
by this goddamn ski mask feller?
I'm just fine. I was a little surprised, a little taken aback, but I came out of it pretty much unscathed. I just love to hang out with people, and sometimes things get a little out of hand. But I certainly feel as though he came out looking kind of foolish, and um, yeah, I hope someday we get a chance to meet again. Hopefully, it'll be a little more civil, a little less stupid. And if we're going to have a debate, that it will be something other than "show me your dick," "how big's your dick," "how many times have you had balls on your forehead," and we can have a more creative, maybe funny conversation.
Well, it ain't gonna change none for Yingwei with him, believe me. So just get used to it. A lot of penis pics and
Oh, that's
balls on
good.
your head.
That's good.
Yes, yes. Let's we got a lot of shit to cover tonight.
I know that, and that's before we do though, let's ask the question in the other direction. How are you doing, Hog? You've had
I
quite a weekend
am
yourself already, and it ain't even half done
I,
yet.
that's right. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. I'm right now, like I said, the technical shit got me I don't know what the fuck, man. Hopefully though, here soon. I think we're making waves in it, and we'll eventually get it all fucking figured out, you
Yeah,
know?
once we get this Deadpool under our belts this weekend, everything else will be smooth sail.
Well, speaking of the death pool, let's get started in this, shall we?
Sure.
This week, instead of starting with the top, the number one odds, I think we're gonna go from the back end,
Ah, we're gonna hit it
and
from behind. Okay, I
we're
get you.
gonna hit them from behind. It's gonna be the higher odd horses that in the death pool that we'll be looking at first. And
Okay.
we're going to have a lot of newcomers this week to the list, Ingway.
All right.
Okay,
Absolutely.
let's get started here.
Can't wait.
At the biggest odds for this week's death pool,
Spider.
it's somebody who I just think the world. He's my little Monchichi, my little
Yeah.
buddy, man. I like him, Spider Alomar,
Yeah.
Spider fucking Alomar. But I'll tell you. Let me see. I got the banner covering up his odds here. Let's get 40 to fucking
40 to
1.
1. Ah, that's
Yep.
good. Because Spider can't die. I mean, that would really be that would sadden me. Most of these guys, I don't really care if they live or die. I like my Spider. He's a good dude. I wouldn't want him to die.
Well, Spider is 31 years old and living in the mean streets of Maryland,
Oof.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
He is a black
Baltimore's not a
young
good place
black
to live.
man. Didn't you just tell me the other day, anyway, that you've been watching the fucking Wire?
Yes. Excellent show,
Okay.
but not a good place to be.
No, and Spidey Alomar, that's him. And he's the damn fool, has a little scooter that he runs around them busy streets at. And so young, I'm thinking, well, he's got big arms. It's because he's young. But let's not fool anybody. That environment that he's in, well, it could prove to be pretty reckless, man. I mean, and
Yes.
dangerous for a lot of reasons, for a whole bunch of reasons.
He
Any
strikes me.
closing thoughts on that guy?
Yeah, he strikes me as being maybe not an innocent person, but kind of a kind
You
of.
think he's a thug?
No, I don't. I think that he is a person who could be easily influenced, and I would hate to see him go down that road and become get too much ensconced in that. I realize that he's not exactly tying down a six-figure job on his own, and it's tough to make ends meet in this world. I hope he stays on the straight and narrow because he seems like a good kid. He's trying to provide for a family, and he's got life. He's got a tough life, and he's got a family that's not exactly the cleverest nor the most honest bunch. I wish him well.
Okay, well, and like I said, the mean streets, just remember that. It's never good.
That's right.
Let's get to our next guy who's also at fucking 40 to 1 on the list. It's somebody that everybody has come to hate in one way or another. I don't know why. It might be because he does drink the 30-pack of beer each day, but he is a man in his 50s that's doing that. And let's be brutally honest. Time is tough when you smoke the vapes and drink the beers how he does, Ingwe.
Time has a funny way of speeding up when you're in your 50s and you're living your life that way. If you're in your 20s doing that, time will catch up to you, but it's going to catch up a hell of a lot faster 30 years later. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's not good. So I'm not liking Soft Weekly's chances for an extended run, but we do have him as a long shot. Okay,
Yeah, Stalin
So let's
19 is saying he's in his 50s.
Oh yeah, I think he is. Yep. Yep. I think he's first part of 50, if I remember correctly, Stalin. He is no fucking spring chicken, that is for sure. Um, let me see who
You know,
else we got up in
it's a
here.
good
Go
question
ahead.
Stalin asked because, I mean, while he's bald, he certainly, or not bald, completely bald, but he's balding. He could be prematurely bald. For somebody that drinks as much as he doesn't really look that old, which is surprising. You know, that if he drinks that much, he should look a little more haggard than that, I would think.
Well,
But
if I had a high definition picture of Hemingway, you would see what I'm saying. That's a shitty picture. It's when I was first starting to do it.
mm.
Didn't know what the hell I was doing, so it's all pixelated because I
And,
picked
well,
a picture.
some people age better than others, and some people preserve weather better than others too. So there's that.
Well, speaking of bald, okay, we got somebody new on this list this week. And man, either you love this guy or hate him, but it's Vince the
Mm.
Lawyer, 30-1. Now, let me tell you something. Vince is in awesome shape. He bench presses 300 pounds, goes to the gym every day, probably doesn't smoke and drinks very little. I don't know. He might do some of the cocaine. I don't think so, though. But the problem is, Vince is a lawyer. And lawyers are the most hated son of a bitches in the world. And you never know. He's going to be walking down in Manhattan one day, leaving his office. Doodly 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 doo. Doodly doodly doo. Boom.
It has been known to happen.
I don't know. And not to mention that he does have a few enemies that are inside this Dabbleverse that are, well, I'd have a hard time.
He does have a tendency to represent some lunatics in the Dabbleverse too. People that could do anything.
Yeah. I think that like one of his biggest goddamn people he's got to watch out for is that stuttering John, because you just never know what that son of a bitch. He's an underhanded one, that's for damn sure. Okay, so I'm always leery of those type. We got another return person this week, and Ray fucking
DeVito. Too stupid to die.
Too stupid to die is why his odds are that high, folks. It should be lower. He should have lower odds, but he is so goddamn dumb, he wouldn't even know how to die properly. Okay, I'm thoroughly
What
convinced.
Do you mean my heart stops? Heart stops doing what? What does the heart do? I don't get it.
My death's squashed. It's squashed.
My heart's a good egg.
I hate doing that. Fucking everybody does it. It's terrible.
It's so much fun. I could sit with Quan and do that all night. We could make a 3-hour show just out of fucking around about Ray's voice.
Nice.
It would be the worst show that was ever done, but we still do it.
It would still. Let's go to our next victim here. And this is one who's been on this before, and he's going to remain on it. We're not done with this guy yet.
Man granted, cannot live by eating come along.
That's right. And granted, his he's not in the news cycle, the Dabbleverse news cycle, how it was, but he is nonetheless still in dangerous situations because of what he's been living.
Yes.
What and eat and come, that's got to fucking lower your life.
I don't think it's good for you. I mean, it's good for you in the matter of continuing the human race, but I don't think it was ever really meant to be eaten. They call it baby batter, but even cake batter, it's not good. It's not. You don't eat it. It's not what you're supposed to eat.
I mean, that's a fine point. That is a fine point anyway. We do have a couple of new players, like I said, this week. And coming up right now is one, I don't know how he got away from us last week.
Yes.
The puppet. Okay, here's the great thing about the puppet, Ingwe. You get 3 for 1 with this motherfucker. You get
I thought about that. That's right.
You get Cardiff Electric and you get that Rocco feller. So what I mean, this is, and he just got a brand new Tesla. Somebody might try to steal that and
Sure,
take him
sure.
out that way, or he could drive it into a damn wall somewhere. But there's a
You
lot of
know,
things now.
that El Harible says some pretty nasty stuff sometimes, and Tukey says some things that are kind of on the edge. He can be a little bit edgy himself sometimes. So
Oh yes, he can.
Rocco could be he could be carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, and that could cause some premature departure, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you think that the Tesla will be the possible demise of them? I mean, you know how damn those kids get. They get a little lead footed and everything, and
I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't
Are the
know.
kids stealing Teslas? I don't know. That's
Well, no, but I was calling Rocco a kid because he's younger than us, ain't he?
yeah. Well, yes, he is. I think he uses the gray beard as a front. I think that's just a trick.
Oh, that dirty bastard.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think. I think it's bullshit. I think the whole thing with the. I think the whole thing with the beard is just to make himself look more mature and worldly than he actually is.
Well, let's take a look at this guy here real quick. Here's one that we all hate. I think it's universal. Everybody in the Dabbleverse verse hates this Dr. Chow. We got him at 11 to 1.
Yeah.
Now,
Kind of.
here's how I think. Well, he's got one of them Russian wives, the mail order brides. And you know, them damn Russian women, Eastern European chicks, are wacko. Not to mention, I think he's been involved with some fraud in the banking industry. And we all know what the Bernie Madoffs in the world, what happens to those guys when people do find out about their nefarious lifestyles. But did he die, that guy? Did Bernie Madoff die? Do you
Geez, I
know?
don't know. I know he was in prison. I think he did die in prison, didn't he?
I don't know. But anyhow, goddamn
Yes, he
Dr.
died in
Chow. Oh, he
2021.
did die.
Yes.
Okay, well, there's another one right there. So let's go back here now. We went over some, skipped one or two. Granny, 13 to 1. He's been on this list. He's going to continue to stay on this list. He's now hooked up with Bob Levy as a co-host, and we all know what type of fucking anger issues that Bob Levy has.
I
Pretty
think that
bad.
there's a lot of people that think that Granny is not a good bet at 13 to 1. I think they think that his odds should be lower, or yes, lower, and therefore he would be better money if he was lower odds. But
well, you know
I don't
what?
think he's. I don't know. I don't think Granny is nearly as much of a long shot as he is up there. But then again, I think he may live a cleaner life than he appears to when you see him in the public eye. This is the one that gets me, though. Dirty Delish is the one. But sorry, the next one is the one that I think is the deal breaker.
Anyone who's fucked Dirty Delish.
Yeah,
and like
that's the deal breaker.
You guys, listen. 12 to 1 on this broad. Whoever she's banged, those guys, there's hundreds of them. There is literally hundreds, family. Go out there, make this bet with your bookie, and I think you're going to win big. What do you think?
Could win big. That could be the best sleeper bet in this whole Deadpool.
No, and we're not
so many.
Yeah, we're not being mean about it or anything. This is
not at all.
Not at all. This is just good betting, and we're here to help you. We want you to beat your bookie. We want you to beat your bookie. Okay, let me see who we got next up in here. Oh, here's somebody that we all enjoy. Kevin Brennan.
Yep.
15 to 1. All right.
The goiter still continues. He still looks like he's storing nuts in his cheeks for winter.
He's still got the big old 15 to 1. Mouth. What was that?
He's still 15 to 1, even with the goiter.
Even with the goiter. Well, the odds makers ran out of time this week, so it
Yes.
was. I think that we got them froze on the
Yeah.
last week
We may
odds.
see those odds change next week, huh? Got to get
Yeah,
Kaz to.
I'm guessing. All right, let me see who we got up next now in this fucking fiasco of a betting pool. Oh, well, golly, look at there. It's our buddy Andrew the Giant 96, 11-1. Now we've already talked about Andrew briefly there, about how he's got that MS stuff, and he's prone to picking his nose and eating the boogers up. That ain't healthy.
No. Plus, it's gross.
The what is?
It's also gross.
Well, yeah, it's gross, but damn it, it's also could be life threatening. Okay,
Sure.
now let me see who our next speller is. And hey, well, I'll be a son of a gun. This is going to be a great segue, family. Um, the next in our Deadpool odds is our good buddy Kaz, formerly known as King Tosspot, 10-1.
10-1.
And guess what? Guess what? Guess who's here with us right now? That's right, everybody.
What are the odds?
What are the odds that he showed up right at the time? We need to give a big, big fucking round of applause
to a big old fart round of applause.
Well, hello there. How's it going?
Our main man from Amsterdam.
How's it going, everybody? How's the show going?
So far, so good.
It's going good. We had our technical. Kaz, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty well. You know, I'm probably looking a bit shit because I've been in the workshop, just laving some things and just doing whatever I'm doing. But yeah,
killing elves and all that.
Yeah, I see you've got nice matching backgrounds. I didn't.
Yeah, we were out in the woods earlier.
Yeah, we thought it'd be pretty gay looking, and what the hell, they do it at MLC. Why not us? Why not us? So what do you got going on? I know it's getting late over there in the United Kingdom tonight, Kaz. What do you got going on?
You know, not a lot. I'm just chilling on Discord. You know, it's been one of those quiet days today. Just been pottering around the workshop, cutting some firewood and stuff, and pottering around and working on a couple of little things. And yeah, so I've got not a lot going on now because it's about 2 a.m. So I'm just chilling. I'm here with you guys. I don't know what the are. I just thought I'd come in blind and see what happens and see how we go. And yeah, so I'm here.
Well, you know, have you had any snooker of any cooking, Sherry, tonight?
No, not tonight. I think I probably should have done, but I didn't. So
well, maybe it is 2:00. It might be a good time for a nightcap, man. Join me. Have a sip of the wine.
I would.
For anybody that doesn't know Kaz does have a tendency to drink sherry late at night. My wife was cleaning out our cabinet where we keep cooking wine, and she found a full bottle of sherry recently, and I was tempted to try it because I had never even considered drinking it until Kaz came into our periphery here, and I forgot to. So,
but it's not actually cooking wine. I just do that as a joke. Say that as a joke, but it's just some sherry. It's just because otherwise, if I buy a bottle of whiskey, I'm going to drink the thing. So, because I have those sort of proclivities, so I might as well get something with a little bit less alcohol in it, so I don't pickle my liver.
Okay, well, what's the difference between cooking wine and sherry?
Well, this is a bottle of sherry that I happen to use for cooking. It's not cooking wine that you buy in a grocery store that has all the salt in it. It's a bottle of sherry that I use for cooking.
Yeah, I think that answers it. I mean, I was gonna make a guess, but I guess it's there's some kind of additional ingredients. I think it's a bit more bitter. I don't think it'd be a pleasant drink, to be honest.
No, cooking wine usually has a lot of salt added to it.
Because I think it's meant to be sort of reduced down. I don't know.
Yeah.
So have you avoided all other substances today as well, Kaz?
Yes, yeah. Today and yesterday and the day before and many days before that.
Well, holy shit, you're on a pretty good run then.
Pretty good, yeah, and it's up and down, but I've been doing okay. Yeah, been doing all right.
Because you did disappoint some folks. I won't lie. Our co-host here, Ingwe, was one of them. And so, You know,
I do
it's like it's a long road back.
I understand. No, I do understand, and yeah, people did get a bit annoyed, and it did get a bit ridiculous at one point. You know, it got a bit. I think because I leaned into the bit a little bit when it was just okay. I'm doing a little bit of stuff, having a little bit of a drink, whatever. You know, all right, yeah, that can be a bit of fun. It can be a bit annoying, but it can be a bit fun too, whatever. And then you can go a bit, or I can go a bit far with it. To the point where I'm just being a fucking annoyance to sorry, I shouldn't swear, sure.
No, that's all right.
Being an annoyance to everybody and a disappointment. And, you know, it's just, yeah, which is how it culminated. And, and then it culminated on me falling on my face, which is a lot better now. But, yeah, no, and so I decided I ought to really make an effort.
Now, the night that you fell on your face, was that just from sherry, or was there other things involved, Kaz?
I think there was a lot of things involved, to be fair.
Ooh.
I think there was quite a few.
What do you think you had going on, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't mind. I think there was definitely some sherry. There was definitely some heroin. There was definitely some. Yeah, I know. We go straight to the top. We go to the top and then work backwards. I think there's probably a couple of tablets thrown in there. A couple of maybe some opiate tablets, maybe some benzodiazepine tablets. You know, I think there were probably a few things. Probably a few things. I think I was walking. I think I was moonwalking. You know, if you can't walk straight, you just like put a swagger on. Like if you're struggling to walk, like you're stumbling about, just like put a swagger on, like you're doing it deliberately, and it's like that kind of works until you fall on your face.
Well, if you're gonna get yourself a cocktail that'll make you fall on your face, I suppose you really whipped yourself a good one.
Yeah, I did do. That was it. That one definitely hit the spot.
I mean, if you had just kind of did, kind of a Broadway dance through a rainy street type of thing with an umbrella on your arm and made it from one end to the other, that would be quite a feat. Falling on your face was kind of, I think, what most people would expect from that combination of drugs, alcohol, and other substances.
I just can't imagine how you could have all that crap in you and still be here with us today.
I'm sitting here getting all fucked up, just trying to imagine what it would be like to have all that stuff in my system at once. Let alone
he's got the fucking constitution of a goddamn British bull.
Do you know what? Some nurse said that to me because especially with like liver results and things. She said, "Oh, you're quite a rugged fella, then, aren't you?" Because I was talking to. Obviously, yeah, being honest about certain things. Yes, and she said I was quite rugged.
Well, Jack Tripper's got a question for you. What about this enema that you needed afterwards? What the fuck is that about?
No, I do need a colonoscopy. I part of the reason I was using sort of pain stuff and things is because I've had some stomach issues. So it wasn't the case that I needed an enema afterwards. It's but there is something related. I don't know if he's getting confused with his terminology.
Well, what do you think the hell he's talking about?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's alluding to the fact that opiates can cause constipation. But no, I didn't. By the time you fall on your face and end up in hospital, you don't really have that issue.
How long is the longest you've gone holding a poop or constipation without poop in there, Kaz, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, he's lying now. He's just making things up. Your questioning there. That's fine. I don't know.
That is kind of a
5
interesting
days.
tale if it was true, though.
Yeah, but it's not true. So we can put that one to bed. We can lose Jack FN Tripper. Yeah, that's right.
Well, so are you seeing any type of doctors to help you with this, or is this just you doing it on your own accord?
Well, I did see a doctor for a short period of time, like the first week of this year, and obviously when I was in hospital, they can't just let you like alcohol seized on the floor, so they have to like give you some stuff. But then I did see a doctor for about a week, and I'm still speaking to like sort of certain specialist services about sort of things ongoing. But as far as medication goes, I'm not on medication as it goes, which is good.
Well, I appreciate your candor there, Kaz, on that. One thing I wanted to ask you about was something that happened yesterday, and it was a podcast. It was your podcast that you were doing, and you had a couple of guests on. What the hell were their names again?
Oh goodness me, Bubbler and HRC, I call him.
Okay. Where in the hell did you meet this fucking bubbler guy at? And are you going to try to distance yourself from him before you become on the no-fly list for the planes?
Look, I've had to sort of private that stream, and it seems to be taking too long because it's cached, which is frustrating. That guy was a bit of a problem, and it was a bit. It was a bit too much of a problem. I don't mind a little bit of language, but he was taking it a bit far.
So where did you happen? What server was he in that you met him?
They're RNA forum guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That place is really falling hard.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll tell you what it was with that show. There's a lost show from of that Nicer podcast, Stupid, which was really good. And actually, Bubbler was on it, but he was sort of playing a bit of a different role on it. And there was a couple of other guys on it, and everyone played their role really well. And I guess I was trying to recreate the magic of that lost stream. And you obviously saw some of the result, which was anything but.
Yeah, that was bad. That could have been one of them things to get your damn channel struck. You know what I'm saying?
I've taken it down because, and hopefully it's finally come down because, like I say, it was still cached when I was searching it, and I was so I kept double checking. It was, gone, but it's still there.
Well, we're going to go ahead and continue. We'd like for you to stick around. We're going to continue with this Deadpool, and of course, you feel free to comment. Yeah, and so we're going to get continuing with we left off with you, Tosspot. How do you feel to be that high on the damn Deadpool?
Well, I mean, it's understandable. And if you look at the statistics, then I mean, if I was to go for insurance, they'd probably have they'd have a worse score. It's
well, given your not so distant past, it's not a horrible ranking. I mean, it's kind of in the middle. It's kind of on the bad end of the middle, but it's kind of in the middle, so it's not horrible. It's worse. Much worse.
Yeah, that's it. I'll take it.
Well, at least one thing. This is the fella. Okay, Carlos Danger, my friend. This guy is at, I can't see the odds right now, at 10-1 on the betting pool. And he's 6'3" or 4". He weighs like 300 pounds, and he loves some fucking fast food.
Fast food, yeah.
He loves his Big Macs and stuff. You got any big fat friends that you hang out with, Kaz?
Do you know what's weird? I mean, I do. Yeah, well, actually, I can think of one. Yeah, I can think of at least one. But the thing is, we are different sized people. Like our biggest people, well, I suppose our biggest people are like outliers. But there seems to be and this isn't an insult to Americans at all, but we're just different shaped people. And Carlos Danger, there seems to be a lot of people his sort of shape and size in America. So,
oh yeah,
but also
it's a fast food nation. There's no question about that.
But also, you've got better healthcare, so that's another consideration.
Well, we got better healthcare, but we don't have better health maintenance, and that so we should be better at keeping people from getting like that. And as a country, we're just not, and that's tough. But whatever, it is what it is. It's not going to be like Funky Bronco just said. The UK has different portion sizes and different whole different ways of looking at nutrition, and yeah, they like fried food too, but it's just a whole different concept of things. We just like shit fast, and we like it flavorful, fatty, and greasy, and we don't give two fucks about fitness or nutrition or any of that stuff. And
I don't know how damn fucking British people are fat. Their food is fucking terrible. It is terrible. Would you agree with me on that there?
Absolutely, yeah. Our food is the worst, probably in the world. It probably is. The only thing is, because we've had an influx of people from other nations, the food has started to improve.
Well, yeah, but that's like Indian food and stuff. As far as the Queen Mother's food, it's terrible.
Oh, the stuff that the royal family ate is disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Although,
all right, let's see who we got. Look at this worm. One of the least liked people in the whole Dabbleverse, Chad Zumach, 9-1 odds. Are you familiar with Chad Zumach at all, Kaz?
I am. I'm familiar with Chad more than the last guy. And to be honest, Chad, he's an odd one because he could go a crazy way. He's likely to, like, I don't know, get into a round with somebody, get run over, or I don't know, or just suddenly develop some alcoholism and just drink himself into.
And it's not a sudden development. I'm with you on this one, Kaz. I think that if there's a dark horse on our list, if there's somebody on this list that is a good money bet, I think it's going to be Chad, because Chad's got a whole lot. First of all, a lot of people hate him. I've only been around the Dabbleverse for a little over a year, maybe a year and a half, and he's gotten the crap beaten out of him at least once, if not twice. And he does like to drink, and he is kind of foolish. I think he could be the one that either gets the shit kicked out of him or gets run over by a bus or something. He could be good money at 9-1.
Yeah, I see it, and I see it being a comical death, like being hit by an ice cream truck or something.
Yes, that's it. Or like a Brinks truck. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And he is in fucking Tampa, which is pretty damn violent.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and Andy goes around with the camera, sort of shouting his mouth off a little bit. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, obviously, I wish him no harm, but it's there's a chance there, isn't there?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Baker Boy. Thank you very much. Let's get to our next one here. Patrick Melton, 8-1 odds. I know you know Melton.
Yeah. Now, he's an interesting one because I think, and obviously I'm going to say allegedly, I think, well, I already said I think, so it doesn't matter. He might be a bit of a drug guy. I think he might like his cigarettes, and he's a big old fella. So, and he spends a lot of time sat in doing his show, so he doesn't get a lot of exercise.
Do you think he's indulging in things like maybe cocaine or methamphetamines or a little bit of smack?
I
don't think any smack. I mean, maybe some Adderall or some uppers, maybe. I think maybe.
I hear
cocaine. I mean,
I hear he stores a defibrillator in his hump. So if he has a heart attack, all he got to do is pull the things out, yell clear, and jam him with 30 joules, and he'll come right back to life. So that's what I hear.
Well, I think that's probably a sensible idea. In that case, the odds might be.
They might be right where they belong, but I could be wrong.
But because the thing is, right, because he doesn't move about much. If there was like a fire in his house and he had to run down the stairs, I could see him having a heart attack at the bottom.
That could kill him. Could kill him. And block the stairs, and his whole family could perish.
Correct. Which, God forbid,
it could cause a really big tragedy.
Yes, yeah. I mean, the whole building could collapse. There's, God forbid.
That honestly could happen anytime, though. He's a big man.
Steak, my friend, steak. Okay, let's see what we got. We got Stevie Lou next. I don't know what the odds are. We got a banner up there. We go 7-1 on Stevie Lou. Stevie Lou is one of the most hated people in this Dabbleverse as well. He recently got beat up by a feller named Kenyatta. He has suffered, or I shouldn't say suffered, but drawn the ire of a whole bunch of people in this Dabbleverse. Kaz, what do you think about him?
Well, yeah, I mean, he seems to sort of go in a violent incident. He'd probably like get stabbed by a Puerto Rican or something because, he'd
Yes.
tear his mouth off. Think he's a big guy. He's a bit of a brawler. He likes to be a bit of a tough guy, throw some tables over, so he might do that in some Portuguese bar, throw someone's microphone desk over in a Portuguese bar.
I didn't know Stevie Lou was a brawler, man.
No, but I like the Portuguese bar idea. That
I do too. That was great.
Yeah, and I think so. I think there's a good chance. There is a chance that he would go in a violent incident again, or he could be running from a violent incident and get ice cream trucked.
I could see Stevie Lou getting drawn in by a bunch of stevedores and getting the shit kicked out of him next to a
that would be awesome.
I think that would. I could see that happening anytime.
Man,
it's more of a countdown on that one.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's not a matter of if; it's a matter of when.
All right, look at here, 6-1. Stuttering John. Now, for all intent and purposes, this son of a bitch is already gone.
Oh, yeah,
he's dead. He's dead from the Dabbleverse. But yet, he's a good one to bet on because with all of his drinking and his little partying he does, he could be buying the ranch pretty quick too, Kaz.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. It is, and also, but I think he'd just go with natural causes. I don't know if it's just like my autistic pattern spotting. He doesn't look like a man who's going to live to like old age.
No,
he looks.
We know the farm is for sale.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like he could go at any minute. It's like he would go looking like that. It looks like the sort of person. He looks to me like the sort of person who would die looking exactly like he does in that picture.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't think he needs to really get much older for anything to happen. So I mean,
wow,
that's and obviously I hope he lives a long and healthy life, but still, I feel like he doesn't look like the sort of person who's going to live to much older.
Yeah, I agree. I hope he lives a nice, healthy life too. But if I have to put my money on A, he's going to live a long time, or B, he's not, I'm not going to put it on he's going to live a long time.
All right, cool. This next guy. Murph.
Oh,
5-1.
All right, this is this one. Now this
one
could
be a hell of a bet. This could be a hell of a bet, my friends. Okay. How many times have we seen him do the stroke out from smoking weed? Not to mention he's probably got a bad liver.
He's pointed a gun, presumably loaded, at his head on stream.
Yeah, he's not a happy fella, and he's acting accordingly. And that doesn't usually end well. And it could be, I mean, sadly, it might be, self-inflicted, but especially with the levels of intoxication he gets into, but then again, he might just roll around for a bit, and I suppose as long as he's still got some viewers who seem to appreciate him, which I don't know how quickly that's diminishing, but I think he'll keep going.
Okay. Well, this next one, another one of the well-hated ones in here, Tom Goley, 5-1.
I don't know him well. I don't
know Tom Goley.
I've heard him, and he seems to have a couple of radio chops a little bit. So
he could die from pure rage. I think rage at his listeners.
Yeah, it's like I don't know a lot about him, so I don't know about his sort of like status when it comes to sort of health and various other things. But yeah, if he's rageful, that's a bad thing. That's why I try to avoid rage, because it's just people I've seen who get rageful, they don't do well.
Well, I know you know this feller.
Oh, absolutely.
Bob Levy. Bob Levy, chain smoker. I mean, what more can you say? What do you got to say on this guy then, Kaz?
Well, the thing is, chain smoking. Okay, now, yeah, but he doesn't look that bad for it. To be fair, I don't know how old. Do we know how old he is?
I think he's
61,
62,
62, something
If
like
he's
that.
61.
62 or 60, okay, call it early
I think he'll
60s.
turn 62 later this year.
Okay, so we'll call it early 60s. Chain
Yeah.
smoking. He doesn't look like it's doing him that much harm. He doesn't look too out of shape. His face isn't too bad. I mean, he doesn't look great, but what are you gonna do? It's like, I mean, unless he like gets something from the smoking, I think he could probably chain smoke. Yeah, I think he could be. I think he'll do well. I think he could be one of, as in he'll live well. I think as in he's one of those people who will die at like, I don't know, 85, and he'll be like, oh, he chain smoked all his life and ate shitty food. Yeah,
Damn.
I get that. I get that vibe from him too. Actually, I do. I think he's
And
one
it's
of
people's
he's one of these
energy.
guys. Some people smoke for 6 months and their hair starts falling out and they start, women start sounding like men and they're just haggard. And some people smoke for 30 or 40 years and they don't look any worse for the wear. It's weird how genetics works.
Yeah, and it's
So is
also
anybody out in the audience commenting on these damn fuckers dying, or just us? All right, let's go here to this next one. Holy Toledo, the potato, Cardiff Electric, 4-1. This is a big guy too.
yeah,
And
I
he's
think I've seen a picture.
big, ugly son of a bitch that fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the goddamn way down, Kaz. He's a monster. That's why he hides that wears that mask.
Worse than
He's
you, Luda God?
Huh? Oh,
Worse
he's
than
as
Luda
big
God?
as, oh, he's right up there. And he's got bad breath. What do you know of him, Kaz?
Well, I think I've seen a picture of him in a mask, and the thing is, right, he's another one. Like, who's that other one I said? Who's the Carlos Danger? He's one like that who might go out with a heart attack or something with like fast food, but if they get him to hospital quick enough, they'll just put a bypass in and whatever. But it's like, yeah, it's that's right. My music's doing something. But yeah, I think he's not got good chances, but he's got he's got a reason to be around. He's got a bit of a fan base, and I think a lot of it is energy. Like I was saying with Bob Levy, a lot of it comes down to energy, and this guy's got a bit of energy about him. I mean, even though he does it, I know he speaks slow as the potato and whatnot, but he's providing a show. He's doing something, so he's got a reason to stay alive.
Well, speaking of energy or the lack of it, our next person, 6-1, Kiki's mom. Do you know Kiki by chance? She's a crazy little broad that's married to Gino Bisconte, and that's her mom there. I call her old Leatherface. You can
Kiki's
tell
mom is a tough-looking dude, I gotta say.
Tough-looking broad. This is one cat that they say looks like Bob Levy. Are you familiar with her? Have you ever seen old Michelle A?
I have, and look, I think she's going to go out. She'll be around. She'll be around for a little bit longer. I mean,
Funky Bronco needs to be a little patient.
She's a tough old broad. I think she's a tough old broad. She's going to keep going for a little bit longer. I think she's got 10 years in her. Yeah, I think she's. I do. I think she's a tough old broad, and she's got money, hasn't she? So
you just want to put 10 years in her.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I think them tattoos on her are going to give her some ink poisoning or something. I don't know.
Because they were probably done in the 30s, and then probably back when ink wasn't so well regulated.
Right. I mean,
when they made it out of bottles and stuff, right? That's
yeah. I mean, that old school shit. It'll get them all eventually. God damn it. Okay, so let's see. We've done here. This is getting good, guys. Here comes some of our more favorite people. Here's one that everybody hates or everybody loves. It's Lou the fucking God.
I don't know a lot about this guy, but it seems like another fat guy. He's obviously not very confident in himself because doesn't he always hide himself behind some kind of
He isn't doing that
cartoon?
no more. This
Not
big fat
lately.
barrel of monkey shit. He's actually showing his face now. I think it was orders by Joey C, the boss.
Showing his face, warts, missing teeth, and all.
Yep.
Well, you know, it is what it is. And
And nothing else.
but still, as far as him staying alive, I don't think I know enough about him really to have a great opinion. But I mean, missing teeth isn't good. But then again, I fell and broke some of mine, so that's okay.
One of his front teeth, right at the socket, has been missing ever since I've known about him, which has been I don't think it's been a whole year, but it's been pretty darn close to a year, and not a thing done to try to fix it. It's just disgusting.
All right.
All right.
Kaz, get ready. I know this is one of your fucking favorites. Liam, 3-1.
Liam, I don't know why you thought that because I don't know this guy.
What? Get the hell out of here. You don't know Liam?
Go on, give me the rundown quickly.
Oh, he's just on all the shows. MLC, Ray Pito DeVito, other ones. And I just can't believe you've never seen him.
Oh, I have seen him. Yeah, I have seen him. Yeah, he doesn't look very healthy to me. I mean, again, I'm just going from kind of
You know, he can sit and eat 2 family bags of Dorito nacho cheese chips in one sitting. Can you imagine that, my friend?
I can't imagine that at all. I don't eat very much. But then he's again, he's another heart attack job. He's another one.
You talk about, well, I actually was talking about it, but you talk about that love for fast food. Holy shit. I mean, that is just, forget the number of calories, forget fat, forget all that. Just the sheer quantity, the sheer amount of fucking food you're shoving into your face. That is, I can't even imagine that.
A calorie excess for sure. The other thing to bear in mind is, right, one thing I find is if people make sudden changes, this is something I've found with people in my life. If people make sudden changes, so I suppose I ought to heed some of this advice myself, then sometimes that can cause a sudden health issue. So whether he can slowly like up and down with his food intake and whatnot and handle it until obviously he's not gonna live for a long time, doing that, but still, he might surprise you a bit because people who gradually sort of work into stuff and do stuff, it's like the stuff I spoke about me doing did for 10 years or more.
Okay, now what did you say he was, a what of health? A beacon of health? Well, how about this guy right here, Joey C at 2-1?
He's a beacon of something.
I was trying to think of the line. I couldn't think of the line, but yeah. There's didn't he just recently get taken away in an ambulance or something?
Yes. And he's been supposedly diagnosed with heart failure. That he's got some, if what I've heard is true, he's got some pretty significant heart problems.
Yeah, that's
life impacting heart problems.
Yeah, I mean, also that depends on lifestyle because, like, see again, I've got to try not to bring it back to me, but like when I had some stuff, like I had some slight fucking arrhythmias, and they go, "Well, just stop drinking so much, and you'll be all right." And so I did, and I was. But then if his problems are sort of more congenital or sort of, then he's pretty fucked, I think. I mean, he's not long for he'll go out in a big bang. Unless I don't know what treatment they're giving him or what they're doing, but he'll go out in a big bang.
Well, how about Johnny Crutches? He's at 5-2, and this guy, he's in a wheelchair. He's got MS. He smokes a lot of weed without getting any exercise. He's a fucking wreck. He's a wreck, Kaz.
He is a wreck, but he actually still looks kind of within reason, for all his issues. I mean, to be fair, I don't know. In a way, I kind of respect him because I think if I had all those issues, I'd probably be doing a lot more than I've done in my lifetime.
I get you. I know exactly what you're saying. I couldn't agree more.
he seems like a coper. He seems like somebody who's got that cope in him.
Yes.
Like no matter how many times he has to go to the hospital, go to the doctor, try new medicines, you know, it's he seems to cope and he seems to keep going, and he doesn't mind if he has a show with 30 people watching. He doesn't mind. He seems like, and I think it's that spirit that keeps people going a lot of the time. So I've
Wow.
actually got faith in this guy. I've got faith in this guy. I mean, yeah, obviously the medical, the scientific prognosis isn't good, but as far as through that variable, I think the fact that he's got some spirit, good for him. I think
All
he'll
right.
keep
Well,
going.
you know what? We got two guys. We're down about to the end here.
Mhm.
And we've got two guys that are both with even odds. The one fella we can recall from last week, he's still up there, Bobby Nick. And let's just say this: I'm proud that Bobby Nick has been paying attention to the Deadpool odds. He knows that he's the top of the leaderboard or one of the co-leaders. He dropped from having 17 cigarettes every 2 hours down to 14. And that is progress, my friends. Not to mention, he actually made his own fried egg this week. What do you think, Kazzer?
Well, I mean that's good progress. Look, and I'm all for progress. And if he can keep on that trajectory, then I've got faith in him. You know, and that's although that is a high number of cigarettes. Look, I've had one hand-rolled cigarette which I've been relighting every, you know, for 5 minutes. But still, if he's gone, look, that's quite a. If you take the percentage number, which I'm not even going to try to work out live on air, that's a reasonable percentage reduction in his tobacco intake, which is very good.
He was a little taken aback by being at 1-to-1 odds, but I made a guest appearance on Uncle Frank's or Uncle Jack's Jack Shack last weekend, and he showed up to discuss his placement on the Deadpool, and he was taken aback by it, but I sure didn't slow him down for smoking. He is really a chain smoker. As soon as he would put a cigarette down, he would light a new one, and
Well,
that's compulsive behavior, and it's tough.
He's got a guest. He's got somebody atop the leaderboard with him this week, an all new player, guys. Also at even money, Ski Mask. Holy Toledo. Now, I don't know black tongue will kill you. I know booze will and every other fucking drug under the sun combined. Not to mention that Ingwe might get a hold of him and strangle his ass.
Oh no, I'd be one of his pallbearers if he asked me to.
Thank you.
No, I'm not.
He
I
would
hold
probably piss on his grave. Kaz,
I don't hold any grudges against these guys.
Now I'm familiar
Forgive
with
him, Father, for he knows not what he done.
I'm familiar with him, but I don't know. I mean, what's his affliction?
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not sure you can die from that. You know,
well, you
can. You can. Well,
yes, you
here's the
can.
deal.
I mean, Stevie Lou would have been a technical death from being an asshole. But so I guess
yes, you could be beaten to death for being an asshole. It's easy.
Yes, yeah. So I guess that is possible.
But that's not usually.
Don't know. It's hard to gauge this one because I don't know a lot about him. Obviously, he wears the mask, so I can't see his face and evaluate too much about that. He doesn't look in terrible shape. I guess it's I guess I'm afraid on this last one I don't know.
I think that he seems physically, outwardly, he seems like he's in pretty good shape. But if he is the way everybody says he is, from the way they talk about how he abuses himself, you could be, lifting weights and be in tremendous physical shape in some regards, but just beating the living crap out of your organs. And, it doesn't matter if you're Mr. Universe, if you're, going
in many
out.
ways, health-wise, that's actually worse. Because
Exactly.
if you're doing, say, like, I'll just pick something random, cocaine or like a bunch of cigarettes or something. right, or a lot of drink, and then you're putting a lot of like exertion on like cardiovascular system,
Yes.
you're probably gonna, and also you get sort of rhabdomyosis where your muscles sort of break down as you're sort of recovering. So you put a lot of organ strain on yourself with that. So yeah, a lot of people, cause like bodybuilders who party a lot, they generally go out pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was pretty good, guys, for this week. Like I said, we could have, as far as the Deadpool goes, we had a couple of glitches going, but we got them figured out. And so next week it should be good to go.
Yeah.
This next little segment, Kaz, I think you're going to enjoy. This is called shows that we think stink.
Oh yes, that's
And you're gonna know some of them. I'm sure of that. But like our first show that we think is just absolute garbage is the Ray DeVito show, or
yeah.
the Ray DeVito show with Chad Zumach and Dr. Chow.
Now, I'm aware of Ray DeVito. I've seen him. I've not seen this actual combination show, but I can't imagine it would be any better because you've got Chad, who can't be Chad himself. Or I'm just going to make some assumptions here. I don't know the other guy. You know, I like his jacket and green shirt, ironically. Yeah, so I don't know the other guy, but obviously you've got Ray being Ray, and I doubt Chad can really be Chad as he is on his own show. So I think it would probably stink. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's not real impressive. All they do is slam on one guy week in, week out, and they're not even really that good at it. Now, I don't know if either one of you blokes have seen this next group. These are the pretty antisocial girls. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. What in the hell? You ladies, get the fuck out of this podcast world, especially the Dabbleverse. This is the fucking domain of men. Get your badasses back in the kitchen. Big old pudgy.
Fix me a sandwich.
And just, that's right. Do the right thing.
Look, I call these the hefty broads. And they're,
So they do look like they're on the larger side. I'm not... I'm married and I'm happily married and I'm not looking to stray, but if I were looking, I would be looking somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, the ginger would just about get it, but that's because I like gingers. But but still, you don't know what filters they use neither.
I don't know if they're considered I think their show is a play on words, but if they're calling themselves pretty, I don't know. I don't know by whose standard, but antisocial. I don't know what the show's about. I have to admit I've never seen it, but it sounds stupid.
Well, I'll tell you, I have seen it, and they talk about Aaron Imholt just near enough non-stop, and it's almost like they've got a fucking wide on for him because they're just non-stop fucking talking about Aaron Imholt.
Yeah, we can't have that. It's bad enough that Aaron Imholt talked about Aaron Imholt. Yeah, the ick. Yeah, that's all right. Honk, remember I said I was going to have a hard time coming up with something I hated? I already hate it. I've never seen it before, so
well, I'm good. Well, this next one here is something you'll hate too. If you ever watch it, you'll hate it. This is called No Filter with Andrew and Friends, and that's Andrew Giant 96 in the middle top square there.
Yeah,
and
hate it.
This here is a collection of fucking retards. We got the 2K, who I don't know what the fuck that's all about, and we got two brothers, Bybee and Scott Fitzgerald. And you can tell they're up in the bottom left corner, and the top right. Oh yeah. Combined IQ of about 105 between them both. They're not. It's and of course we know Bobby Nick.
And what do they talk about? What do they do?
Nothing. They're worse than us. Okay, they talk about nothing.
See, I sometimes do a bit of a show about nothing, but like that's I try to throw in some jokes or some music or something. So I don't know. I've not seen it, but it seems like shit. I rate it as shit. just from, and also I can see the energy of the people, right? I can see the energy that's there just in this freeze frame. And
Now,
Yeah.
I did get to do an appearance on a show with 2K, and I did enjoy 2K. But the rest of my, I no, I will say that when someone was describing Andrew the Giant and said, if you ever saw him smile, his smile lights up a room. And I do see him smiling in this picture, and I do have to say he does have a very alluring smile. So I will give him that.
Okay, well, just wait till you see the fucker pick his nose live on
No,
camera.
I don't want
and
to
then
see that.
eat
No,
it.
Honk, I'll pass. Thank you. I'll
That's
pass.
right. The smile
yeah.
will go away then.
No,
Okay, so don't be
I know.
fooled.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
just. I'll cherish this moment when I got to see him smile. Then that's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's,
Thank you. No,
oh, you're very
thank
welcome.
you. Thank you.
This next one right here is. Oh, well, there we go. All right.
Oh, I've
Joey
seen this one.
C. In the Morning with Lou, the monster. I'm sorry, guys. Joey C. Open letter to you, my friend. Get rid of Lou the God. All he's doing is getting into your pockets. He is the worst thing on the fucking YouTube.
Can I just ask, do you think either of these idiots have ever watched a playback of their show? How bad does it look with Lou de God having the same background as the background for the show? It's the most distracting. I mean, Joey C's is bad enough, but that thing inside his background as being the same as the outside, it's all fucked up. It doesn't look good. The whole thing just looks wrong. They really are. They're retarded. There's no other way to call
it. They seem to be sort of very heavily prevalent in the Doubleverse conversation.
Well, they are. Well, Joey is for sure. Lou not so much, but
no. What's Joey C's history? How long has he been doing this?
Actually, he's been doing this for a long time. Now he's just kind of gotten known in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But he's been doing this for a while, 7 years or so, I bet.
Right. And he's finally got quite a bit of traction. I mean, but a bit of traction. But like it's okay. So what's the premise of the show?
You
read super chats and get paid.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, unfortunately.
Right. Well, yeah, obviously it's shit. I mean, it's like the thing is, I've looked at some of the Doubleverse shows, and a lot of the time, I've only got so many hours in the day, to watch all of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do, and I have a guilty pleasure of watching some of them some of the time. Yeah, but I generally more enjoy the Clippers or like BYB or yourselves even. Got to give you a shout out. And it's but yeah, Joey C. I think that's another shit show. But I think that's what the Doubleverse is about. It's about focusing on the shit shows.
I wonder how much he spends on advertising or whether people just do stuff for him for free. Because I know Joey is not doing any of this stuff himself. He doesn't have the brains.
I think Lou brings a little bit to it, but not fucking much. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe the listeners do it.
So what sort of numbers do they do?
Well, not much.
Oh, they 20, 30, 40 at a time. Sometimes they'll get 50 or 60, just depending on what it is. So, yeah, I mean, they probably average in the 30s, 40.
Yeah.
Right around
when Joey had his last health scare there where he was in the ambulance and stuff, they were getting numbers that were pushing close to 100. But for the most part, like in the morning show with him and Lou, it's always been, every time I've ever seen it, was always well under 50. It was usually more like 20 or 30.
But they're monetized and they get super chats and they.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a strange old world, isn't it? It's a funny old world, isn't it?
It is certainly that. It is certainly that.
Well, those are just some of the shows that we hate. We also love some shows. We'll be talking about those next week. Let's see here. I've got one thing that I want to start doing, and we need all you watchers to help us out. Send them in. Get us in the Discord, hit us up in the DMs. But it's going to be the quote of the week. And this week's quote of the week is, oh, my bad. This week's quote of the week is none other than Crumb Bum, Crumb Fun. And looky here, Toss is a good dude.
I like that quote. But then I did get banned. I think it was somebody paying to have me banned from his server. So like that was
His server doesn't exist no more, Toss.
oh well. In that case, I got the wrong end of the stick. But yeah, that's a fine one, and that's a fine quote. And yeah, I agree with that.
Always enjoy the nice things while they last.
Yes, exactly.
Always figure maybe Kevin Brennan's not so stupid after all when he takes pictures of everything with his phone.
What I'm going to do is,
the world
go
is,
ahead. I'm
world
sorry,
is
I didn't mean to
psychic, so there'll be before long there'll be a quote that says, "Toss is a complete ass. I never want to hear him again." So don't worry.
Yeah, that's next week's clip of the week from Crumbum.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, let me see, guys. I'm trying to get this pulled up and set up here. We're going to continue to talk about Crumb Bum for a moment, or more importantly, we're going to talk about Uncle Jack's show that he had the other day, where Crumb Bum was a guest on there, and he fucking lost it and got pissed off. And it's some good entertainment. So let me just try to find that if you two want to.
Yeah, while you were doing that, I was going to say Crumbum seems to be quite a divisive dude. Now, he's been on one of my shows, I believe, albeit in a Howard Stern wig from a party shop. But I believe he's been on one of my shows. Yeah, but he seems quite a divisive character for some reason. And I've never really seen why, because I've maybe not seen the side of him that aggravates people.
Well, I think he's got some substance abuse problems, and
You're kidding.
you know, yeah, he has some issues along those lines.
Yeah, look, I mean, I certainly people in glass houses, even though I'm clean at the moment, it's like, and hopefully remain that way. I'm certainly not going to judge because it's something I've struggled with for years, but I can understand how that can make people very pissed off at you, as
Sure.
Can Yingui understand that can get people quite frustrated.
All right, cool beans. Got that set up, guys. Are we doing okay? Do we got any people left? 7 people. Oh man, almighty me. Let's see here. Let's get into this though, and this might take a minute.
If I had any wine, I would have some, but I didn't buy any today for deliberate reasons. Although I wish I did, but never mind.
I wish I had a big old glass of fucking cooking sherry.
I do. I really do. Oh, fuck.
All right. So let me set this all up for you guys, okay? Toss pot, or I'm sorry, Jack was going over the Deadpool. We're going to start where it was Jack and Bobby Nick and the Reverend Fug Lee. And this is the butterfly effect, okay? They were going over the Deadpool and talking about Bob being number 1, Bobby Nick being at the top of the list. And it got on about, and then, well, you're going to see what happens next. They were looking at the old list, and on there was a certain person, which they got a little bit upset with me about, and then started to laugh. And this thing totally devolved into a deal where Crumb was wanting to come on, and he got into a squabble with Reverend Bug Lee. Deep Surface bought him off and kicked him off the show for 40. So let's go ahead and pick it up there. I want to make sure I've got this all right. All right. I'm going to add that to the scene. I'm almost there, guys. All right. So let's go ahead and play this. And like I said, they were checking out the Deadpool.
But I want to pick you to stay alive longer than them. And off of this list here, right? You got you're even odds. That's it. It's 1-1. You know, you bet 100, you win 100. Joey sees 2-1. You know how this works. Okay. Johnny Crutches. That's good for that. That's a good third. I like that. Liam, I believe, should be before Johnny.
Look at him getting all involved in this. This guy should be
like
here.
the second or third show he's made out of this.
I know he did a lot of shows on this thing. A lot. Okay, let's see here.
Bob and Tom Gully, I'd probably leave it the way it is because Gully quit smoking.
Oh, dude, I never noticed this on this list.
Okay, here's where he realizes, and here comes the money shot, and where the cancer gets talking about. But listen, they're upset with me a little bit at the beginning, but then after that, yeah, it's just the funniest thing. Since you know what, let me see. I'll get the volume up a little more.
They put fucking Chris's daughter on this list.
This is the old list. I know it's the old list. I know it's the old list. They redid it. I got nothing to do with it. I had nothing to make. I just pull it up.
That's fucked up.
Okay, so you don't know producer Chris's daughter had cancer or has cancer or whatever, breast cancer.
That's bad.
So yeah, she was not put into the thing, but they got this list here. So let's listen to it. Yeah, they're not happy with me, but just wait a minute.
That's fucked up.
It is.
Hey, what? Hold on. What's wrong with her?
She has cancer.
Oh my god. Well,
and I think she's like in her 20s or something, or she's not that old. I mean, that's the part with the dabble. I love fucking with people and people I don't like, but
hold on. Is it stage 4?
I don't know. It's karma. It's karma. I don't need in my life, Bobby. Is what it is. It's like, I've already dodged cancer once. So as I'm sitting here and just threw a dip,
I never hung with you.
Yeah, skin cancer. Just keep dipping. So
okay. So that's Reverend Fugly that was up there talking about that stuff with the ball cap on. He had cancer. He dealt with it apparently. Now, we're gonna follow this for a minute until he kind of explains some shit, and then Crumb comes on.
Okay.
I know.
I'm cut way back.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right. So,
Stephen Bravo, my money's on her. That's fun. I like Steven, man. He's a funny motherfucker.
I mean,
if you're going by the odds, I guess, yeah, but it's just, let's just not put her in there, okay? Right. Let's not open it up for discussion.
I know. Facts, RFL. That's right. Still cancer. Still fucking cancer, right?
Still cancer. God dang, man.
They don't know what to say. I got to ask you,
yeah, you've got them speechless.
Kaz, was that in bad taste by your boy Honk, or was it funny considering?
Oh, it's a bad taste, but it's pretty funny.
It's bad taste. They're not mutually exclusive. Okay, bad taste and funny. I think just especially to sneak it in the list somewhere like a little way down, so they're going down the list. They just get hit with it. I think that's kind of the funny part of where they just what the fuck? That was the amusing part. So yes, it's bad taste, and I don't know if I could do it, but
where was she on the list?
I'll definitely laugh at it.
Right in the middle there. Right in the middle. I don't know. She was about smack dab in the middle of it.
Right, so,
and it's also funny, right? Look, I'm going to go dark here, right? It's funny. Okay, it's not funny if anyone has cancer, but if she's stage 4 and yet she's above some of these other fat fucks. Like, then that's even funnier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let's continue.
So that was
Stage
last
1
year's
cancer
list.
still fucking kills if you let it get to stage 2 and 3, unless you act on it, aggressively.
Yeah. Well, that was mine. I didn't know it. Like when I got skin cancer, they were like, because mine was stage 1, almost stage 2, and if it gets in your blood, that's how it gets you. Because it gets in your blood and then it travels and gets in your lymph nodes, and then it fucking goes everywhere, and then you're just fucked.
Yeah, what's that called? Rush Limbaugh used to do a thing every year. He would donate money to it. I forgot it.
Skin
Lymphoma.
cancer.
That's it. Lymphoma.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Because it gets in your blood.
You can get there's many cancers that can get in your blood and
God,
travel your
don't you
lymph
little
nodes,
science
but
lesson,
but
fucking
apparently
idiot.
like skin cancer is one of the
Cancer
battles.
metastases.
Being a nice
lymph nodes,
pasty Irish boy as I am,
So you can see down there right now, Crumbum's been posting in there, and he said, "I've had skin cancer 3 times." So he's gone on. Let's get up to the part where I think it starts getting good again, and Crumb makes his appearance.
if you were to pick a song, if you got your way and Jack and Granny weren't being bitches and bullying you into doing it, and you had to do a karaoke song, what's Bobby Nick picking?
I'd probably pick something grungish.
Not.
No way, you had melanoma.
Okay,
They don't. What?
there it is, guys. I'm sorry. This is
No way, you had melanoma. Because
I
they
did.
don't. What? No, you didn't.
Why not?
So here he is. Crumb's come on. Reverend Fugly said that he had melanoma and skin cancer. Crumb's mom had cancer, fucking lung cancer for 14, 17 years. She survived. Some other type of cancer, skin cancer. And Crumb also had skin cancer. So he's a goddamn cancer expert, and they start calling him the cancer doctor. Now, listen to, here we go into the little scrap, folks.
Nice.
I did, but go ahead.
Okay, sure. All right, so you probably had basal cell carcinoma or squamous cell carcinoma. I've had them both. And melanoma is fucking the deadliest cancer you can have. They don't do a fucking Mohs surgery was what you had because you described it. They give you radiation or fucking chemo or actually immunotherapy because usually like I don't think you'd realize, but
You know what sucks? I think that Crumb is actually right on a lot of this shit.
He is, yeah. He is.
And while he is well liked or well hated, yeah, I think he knows what he's talking about. And
he's kind of
maybe
explaining.
somebody-
He's kind of explaining
Yeah.
it like an asshole too right now, which is what's starting the fight.
Right. Okay. They got him done. Look at Bobby's down there, done with this world.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm going to
carry
smoke
on.
a pack of cigarettes all at once.
What's it called? The melanoma is the deadliest fucking cancer you can ever get.
No, I know.
Well,
I know.
I mean,
but they see what they do is what they did from. Well, hold on. Let me answer Dr. Cancer is.
Oh, dude, I am a cancer doctor.
Okay. They sent it to pathology. They did all the testing on it, and they came back because they did tell me there was a very, very decent case that I would have to at least go through radiation, if not chemotherapy. But they came back and they said I didn't have to.
Oh, see, that's where you're wrong because they don't. The chemotherapy doesn't touch fucking melanoma. It's immunotherapy.
Okay, I don't know because I didn't have to do it.
Yeah, because you didn't have it.
Oh, okay.
Trump, let me ask you one question. I have to make sure we all know this. Trump, are you a medical professional trained in the arts of anything that has to do with cancer therapy, treatment?
No.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
What? But I've been with.
What do you do for a living?
My mom
sir?
has had all.
What do you
the
do for a
cancers,
living? Sir?
Every cancer.
So your mom had cancer, so therefore I didn't have melanoma. So you know what my doctor told. So the head of a medical. Hold on, Jack.
No, you got me. You got me.
The head of a university who ran
which one?
I'm not going to dox myself, but a very good university that.
So a head of a university told you had fucking melanoma, but you were surprised when you went to get a surgery. Like, it doesn't make any sense, dude.
Yeah, because I went to my doctor who saw
you said you were surprised when you went in for surgery and they were going to do surgery, but you didn't know what? It doesn't make any sense, bro.
Okay, that's a pretty good point by Crumb. How would you not know you're getting having a surgery done?
Yeah, you do talk about all this stuff first. You know,
huh?
Yeah, you do talk about all this stuff first with with your care provider. You know,
I probably wouldn't be just to play devil's advocate here. I would probably not be discussing all these details with somebody that goes by the name of Crumb Bum. So he would be trying to make sense of me giving him just the level of details that I wanted to give him, and it wouldn't make sense. But
right.
There's a very real possibility that this Reverend Fugly is not telling the truth, but I don't think that Crumb Bum knows what the fuck he's talking about. And just because his mother survived cancer, thank God for that. I'm glad she's still, I don't know if she's still alive, but I'm glad she survived cancer. That doesn't make him an expert on anything. No, and it just makes him more of a douchebag than I ever thought he was. He's never done anything wrong to me. He seems to like me. I don't have a personal problem with him, but this kind of nonsense is just fucking ridiculous.
Thing is, right, as a bit of an autodidact myself, I can I almost feel for him a bit because he's got little bits of information which ring true to me from my understanding of certain things, but then he's going beyond my knowledge base. So, like, I'm not going to claim to pick a side on this one because then I'd be being fucking Grumbum, wouldn't I?
Hey, thank you, Funky Bronco. I'm flattered. If you're a man, I'm really flattered. I turned a straight guy gay, so thank you so much. But I'm married. All right, let's continue on with this.
Well, shut the fuck up and I'll tell you. I went to my doctor and they took the sample off of it because he thought that it looked abnormal, sent it off. It came back and they said, yes, it's cancerous.
So then
No, it took like a week or so to get the results back.
Okay, now he's
and then they sent me off, and I went to the university, to the specialist, where they then performed the surgery. So yeah, they didn't tell me that day that I was going to say
before in this show. You said I was surprised they were doing surgery. How did you not know you were doing surgery? That is what I was like.
Because I went from my generalist to a specialist in.
Okay. That does leave a lot of questions unanswered, I think. I mean, I can understand not wanting to give too many details to Crumb Bum, but that makes no sense. And that wouldn't be something that you would bullshit about, I would think. I don't know. That's crazy.
No, you'd be straight to the oncologist. You're not going to go back to your own sort of GP or general practitioner and like them say, oh, do you know what? It doesn't matter what the oncologist says. I think we'll just fucking chop it out. That's not the way it works.
Right.
Not in Western medicine.
Yeah.
And also, Crumb was being a douche. I can't remember what the line was, but there was a real douchey one he gave.
Same day. Did he get the results back?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah. Where he goes, oh, what, the same day? Yeah, fucking, he's being a douche. I see it.
There wasn't a lot of communication other than
generalist.
A regular doctor, your general practitioner that you go to see when you get a cold or whatever. And he was the one that did an exam and said, hey, there's something on your back.
So you didn't go to a skin doctor? You went to your generalist?
Yes, because I had a fucking head cold, moron. And then he goes, you've got something on your back. I think you should go see a skin doctor. And I go, well, didn't you go to medical school? Can you take a sample of it and remove it because it was a mole? And he goes, yeah, I can do that. And then they send it off to pathology and they go, guess what? It's cancer. Now you have to go
They said, guess what? You have stage 1 melanoma.
No, he said you need to go to a dermatologist who then explained to me what was going on.
Stage 1 melanoma.
They told me that I had melanoma. Okay. And if hang on, pay attention. And then like I said, when I got there, I did not know I was going into surgery. He goes, yes, you have cancer. We're going to do surgery to get that. So they took a section of it, which was a small section. Then they ended up taking a section like this and butterflying it out when down into the muscle tissue, then took that, sent it off to pathology, and then the head of the department
into the muscle tissue.
Yeah, they went all the way down and did internal stitches, external stitches, cauterizing on the inside, and then came back and said, good news, we got it. It's still stage 1. It was developing towards stage 2. You do not have to have chemotherapy or radiation.
Did you ever
To
have a
which
PET
I
scan?
said, no, I don't know what a fucking, maybe I have. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what
yeah,
fucking
sure.
PET scan is.
Okay.
A PET scan
Why would
is
Crumb, why would I lie about having fucking melanoma? It's the
Dude,
stupidest
stage
fucking
1
lie.
melanoma is a fucking serious thing. You get a PET scan.
I get that it's seriously. That's why they got me. They went from once they
got you.
identified
They
what it
your
was.
fucking rib cage, and you're good.
Dude, you're fucking retarded. You're
Maybe,
retarded. Why would I
maybe
lie?
so.
about it?
age now.
I think that you're just confused on what you actually had. That's all.
I'm not confused.
And you're
at all.
pretending like you had fucking stage 1 melanoma cancer.
This is also the most boring podcast in the world that they're running right now. I can't believe Jack's just letting this go because it's stupid.
Yeah, this could have been on the fucking shit list.
I mean, it does end up getting better when Fugly gets him thrown off, but wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even fun, or you know what I mean. It's like
it's not funny, fun, or even particularly educational because we're taking cancer advice from Crumbum.
I mean, Crumbum's just baiting the guy over the cancer that he had. It's tedious, is what it is.
Well, I agree with you. It ain't fucking exactly the funnest goddamn show. But yeah, I got what's his name doing the fucking Crumbum coming on hot like that and everything is pretty hardcore. He don't know how to read a fucking room, that's for sure.
No, he didn't get that. And he was being a bit cunty about it, to be fair.
Well, Kaz, what the fuck you got going on this evening? You've been up all night and stuff.
Well, I'm gonna be probably up for. I'm gonna bid you adieu. But it's been nice to chat to you. Happy to pop on for a guest spot at times, and I'm just gonna be probably popping around Discord, around forums, and various places, and working on some music stuff, and I've got that going, and I'll probably keep working on that. But yeah, it was a shame we couldn't have gone out on a big one. So, but anyway, that's all right. It's been a good show, and I've enjoyed being on it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
Well, Kaz, thanks for coming on, and we're gonna cut out as well, guys.
Yeah,
we want to thank you all for tuning in. Come and join us again next Saturday, 5:00. Hopefully, we'll have our stuff together, and
keep it going,
once
guys.
again,
peace. Take
thanks
care,
a lot,
everybody.
everybody.
Thanks, Kaz.
Thanks, you old turd.
I don't know if we should be hunting in the jungle or exactly what we should be doing this week. Or at a car hop. I guess we did it. Thanks, everybody.